Unless LePay takes you out and you come in a limo. That's the only time you get a free lunch.
That's true. And have steak or something. All right. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour, during which I am officially forfeiting this week. I heard sources close to the program telling me that this is, of all the songs he's sung before, for headlines in and out our door, this one is the best to date.
So you're quitting? Quitting. So you're advocating, so if your girls come to you and say, you know what, Leslie's got a great jumper, I can't compete with her, I'm going to quit the team. You're fine with that?
No.
Just so we're all on the same page.
That's not the same.
But that's what you're doing.
It's not the same.
It's the exact same thing.
It's not the
same thing. Hunter?
Not exactly the same.
Hunter, same thing or different?
I think it is a little different. I am disappointed that Jason quit this week.
How is it different? We've signed up for a year of headlines. We're doing a year.
We've
all signed up for it. We've all signed up.
Sign-up sheet?
Yeah, we have a partnership. Yes, we have agreed we will do headlines. I didn't say you have to sing, but now you're saying he's just too good. We're going to mail it in. Hey, Denver's looking at it saying, Jordan Love's too good. I'm not even going to go.
Oh, that's definitely
what you're saying.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't think they're looking at. Although they are saying he's going to be close to home. And this is kind of a homecoming for him.
Same with Tucker Kraft.
Indeed. We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Bucks basketball is back. A new era tips off with Coach Griffin at the helm, alongside returning favorites and exciting new additions. It's Dame time, Milwaukee. Don't miss a moment of the action. From the electrifying slam dunks to the roar of 18,000 fans, all unfolding live at Fiserv Forum. Secure your seats now. Visit bucks.com/tickets and join us for an unforgettable season of Bucks basketball. There's a seat waiting for you at Fiserv Forum. Secure yours now at bucks.com/tickets.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
We're just days away from kickoff in Denver between the Packers and Broncos, a game that will hopefully snap a losing streak, and a game that quarterback Jordan Love is ready to see Aaron Jones back on the field for.
Yeah, he's an explosive playmaker. That's a guy that we need to get the ball to when he's in. The tape doesn't lie. He does a lot of really good things out there on the field. And, I think, like I said, defense has just got to account for another guy out there, another playmaker, and how they're going to stop him, put a little bit more focus on him maybe.
Jones last played briefly in the Packers' Thursday night loss to the Lions a few weeks ago.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
What are we having for dinner? At Cousin Subs, we have a simple answer for this age-old question. A family 4-pack, of course. Now at participating Cousin Subs locations, you can get any 4 classic or deli fresh subs or subs in a bowl and 4 chips or regular fries for the limited time only price of $30 plus tax after 4 p.m. You heard that right. Feed your entire crew for just $30. Order in store at cousinsubs.com or via our app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video. Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with us circling back to our conversation yesterday with our buddy Stink, who is slightly opinionated when it comes to his former team. He brought the heats like his chili. It was strong. including
stinking good, if some people would say.
Some may say, indeed, stinkinggood.com. His first topic was Russell Wilson. And I made the mistake of pointing out that his numbers aren't that bad. That led to an analogy that even Mark Tauscher himself has not delivered, and he's the king of the analogies. Here is how Stink described the numbers that we're seeing from Russell Wilson.
Yeah, he's been a lot better than he was last year. But again, I mean, that's kind of like putting sprinkles on a turd. It still tastes like crap, It looks a little nicer. The whole numbers thing is goofy to me anyhow. When we get into analytics and we get into people's numbers and we evaluate things that we don't really know just based on math. Math has never made one tackle, hasn't blocked anybody, it never will.
All right, now, in fairness,
there might be a guy named Lenny Math that played linebacker that did make a tackle.
I'm going to go to Pro Football Reference and check that. But that's we love Stink. We love Mark Schlereth. That's a little get off my lawn-ish about numbers. Like, there is value to numbers. Now, Math has never made a tackle. Sounds a little bit like grouchy Clint Eastwood in Trouble with the Curve after Moneyball came out, where, scouting, you can't do it on numbers. There is value to analytics. You and I agree on that, right? But it can't.
100%,
it also should not be the end-all, be-all of how you make decisions. And
it's becoming a little bit of a crutch. To me, analytics is becoming a little bit of a crutch. And now it seems like people are kind of co-signing off, well, that's analytics said 4th and 2, you need to go for it.
Yeah, you're right.
Analytics said kick the field goal. Well, no, I mean, you still have to look at things it's the same thing with let's run fast offense. Let's go quick. Let's make sure we get a ton of plays. If you're up 9 with 5 minutes left and they don't have any timeouts, don't run a play in 17 seconds. Run the clock.
Right.
Common sense, and I think that's Stink's point. If you can't block their nose guard and he keeps shoving your center into the backfield, you probably can't run quarterback sneak. There's things that you analytical say, well, quarterback sneak works 85% of the time. Yeah, if you got Jason Kelsey blocking. So you have to look at all factors. It can't just be the crutch and saying, well, the numbers told me to do it. We did, and it didn't work, and you just got to live with that. That's not how I think anyone should look at it.
For those of you that were, like me, curious, no one in NFL history was named Math.
Is that right? How is that possible?
We have Matthias Kiwanuka, so we're close.
Good player.
We've got a lot of Mathises, Robert Mathis, Rashean Mathis, Terrence Mathis, Evan Mathis. We have a lot of Matthews, including your old teammate, Clay Matthews, but that's 2 T's. There's a few 1 T's. And then Tyrann Honey Badger, Tyrann Matthew would be the other ones. But there's a Ned Matthews, but no maths. So, sorry.
Okay.
I was told there would be no math.
Stink was right then.
And there is no
Stink was
math.
Right.
Indeed. Stink also, in addition to saying that Math never made a tackle, also said that the Broncos stink.
Oh, no, they're awful. They're 100% they're awful.
God.
And I mean, it's easy to point the finger at the quarterback and say, "Oh, it's the quarterback, and he's not any good." But I just think that one of the toughest things to do in the National Football League is to come in and change the culture of an organization that has been awful for quite some time.
They have been awful for quite some time. They won the Super Bowl. The 2015 team won the Super Bowl. They haven't been to the playoffs since. The next year they went 9-7. They haven't had a winning record since. So that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That's 6 years, about to have their 7th straight losing season. This is where the must-win mentality among fans responding to our poll is coming from. They stink. We heard Stink say they stink. You better win because they stink, and you want to be able to say that you don't stink quite as bad.
Well, and I think and I thought your question to Stink yesterday was great when it was about, because Packer fans have, maligned themselves by saying, well, we've only won one championship with Aaron Rodgers, but you've been in the mix. When he was healthy, when he was healthy, because last year he wasn't, they've been in the mix, championship games, et cetera, and I think most Packer fans, even though we're disappointed at the end of the year, pretty dang fun and good seasons to be a part of. The Broncos cannot say that. Since Peyton Manning finished, and give him credit, he found a way to get it done and win a championship and retired, they have been loathsome. They have not been in the mix. They've been irrelevant for the most part, and then they picked up Russ, and I think they had hopes of winning big last year, and obviously they didn't. And now they find themselves in another spot where they're not very good. And as fans, you always look at that and say, yeah, we want championships. Everybody does. They're hard. I would much rather see a team. I want our team to be in the mix every year. No, that's not possible. But if you should be able to, in this NFL landscape, because there's so much ineptitude other places, you should not miss the play. You should be in the playoffs minimum 60% of the time. That should be your minimum. 6 out of 10 years, you should be in the playoffs. Denver is going. You just said 8 years they're going to be going without one. Yeah, that championship's great, but there's a whole new generation of Bronco fans that don't know anything about that. Just like, hey, our Lombardi era was great. We loved it. Everybody that lived it will tell you how great it was. Everybody tells you how great it is. But as time elapses, the Lombardi era, it becomes further and further off into the distance, just like that 15 season for Denver. And that's why you can go ahead and go all in and make pushes to do it, but I want our team to always be focused on what's next, too. You go all in, you make those moves, but the Denver Broncos are a great example of, is this what you really want? And the answer is no. And Stink was pretty clear about that yesterday.
So if you are looking at this matchup, and I brought this up, and it made me chuckle because I thought Matt LaFleur handled this well. But, somebody says, well, you're facing a 1-win team, and Matt LaFleur says, well, we're a 2-win team. Will you significantly change the way you view this team, even if it's a close game and they put up some points after struggling to score? If they lose to this team, will it alter the way you view them?
No, it won't, because the Vegas game kind of skewed me back into reality. That game Monday night skewed me back. Now, I will say this. I think looking at it, if this offense sputters, turns it over a bunch, and scores 10 points, that would say, okay, what the hell are we doing here? If they go down and give up a bunch, we all kind of, the Joe Barry-led defense, and if that's the storyline, all right, we've heard this and seen this movie before. But if they lose this game 24-23, late field goal, offense looks good, Jordan Love moves the football, I'm not going to sit here because I probably did get out in front of my skis a little bit with the way they played against Chicago and the first 3 quarters against Atlanta. I probably looked at it because my mindset was it's going to be a little more of a struggle. And then what Jordan Love showed me a lot, and that's when I said he was awesome and he was doing all these things.
Yeah.
And then reality is kind of hit where there's a lot of pain ahead. There's going to be a lot of growth. And then when we saw what happened in Las Vegas, what I don't want to see is that become the norm. If that becomes the norm and we now see that again this week against another defense that is not going to threaten you much, that concerns me. That would be the only thing, but I don't think my mindset's going to change a ton, win or lose this weekend.
Well, the mindset that you have when it comes to American Family Insurance is always a positive one, and I know the Badgers obviously have another important game this week against their old coach, Brett Bielema, and the Badgers also, along with AmFam, have a great opportunity for fans.
Yeah, we still got a couple home games left. Ohio State, big tilt next week. Don't look ahead. Hey, Badger fans, American Family Insurance, I want to give you and a friend a VIP experience at a Badger football or basketball game during the 2023 season. Great slate of games at the Kohl Center this year, too. You and a friend will receive pregame sideline or courtside passes a tour of the facility, and tons of great merch to support your Badgers. Enter today at amfam.com/Badgers. No purchase is necessary. Dream fearlessly, insure carefully.
Headlines presented by Fleet Farmer next. For some, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's spooky season at the Corners. No tricks, just treats. This Sunday at the Corners of Brookfield. Come and cheer on the green and gold as they take on Denver for a 3:35 kickoff and enjoy the live carving of multiple 400-pound pumpkins. Yes, 400-pound pumpkins. Plus, decorate your own complimentary pumpkins from Schuett Farms. Come to the Corners this Sunday for football, pumpkin carving, plus games and giveaways from ESPN Milwaukee's Street Team.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com.
If you can't get a good night's sleep, let me ask you, are you breathing well? Because if you're snoring or waking up each night with a stuffed up nose, or frustrated with your CPAP mask, the root of your sleep problem lies in your breathing triangle. And if any one of those passages isn't working, you won't sleep well, and there's no mattress, pill, or other gimmick that can fix that. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. A recipe for a good night's sleep starts with an open airway. Now, there are devices that can help solve snoring or sleep apnea problems. If you walk into a sleep center, know you'll walk out with a CPAP. And you might find other options elsewhere, but the simple truth is, if your nose doesn't work properly, no device will help. Only at Advent will you find every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution, along with a world-class team that can get your nose working properly again.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
All right, Team Pella, listen up.
Thanks, John Kuhn. Customers love our products with limited lifetime warranties. Check out these big plays. Incredible innovations like blinds and shades between the glass.
No interference on that play, Coach.
And stylish windows with hidden screens that make game days a breeze.
Can it get any better?
It can. With monthly payments as low as $19 per window, $75 per patio door, and a free quote at PellaWI.com.
Let's go.
6.99 APR for 120 months. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offers on 10/31/2023.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
What does the skeleton say before dinner? A bon appetit. And why did the ghost go to the bar? For the booze. Yeah, Halloween jokes can be corny. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Since 1960, we've provided the most spooktacular selection and savings in town. From skull-shaped vodka bottles and pumpkin cream liqueurs, to adult trick-or-treat bags and your favorite seasonal wines and beers. We've got the spirits to get you in the spirit. Combine our selection with everyday low prices and 2 convenient locations, and Discount Liquor is the one trick-or-treat stop you can't skip. Discount Liquor, locally owned and family operated with 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine. See all of our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Another week in the books, and it was a big one. We win in football, we win in baseball, we win in the UFC. Everything turns a profit. Are you ready to make money as we head toward the end of October? Go to FatJackSports.com, and for as little as $299, get everything through Halloween. Want to add basketball? It starts next Tuesday. Add it now and save hundreds of dollars. Go to FatJackSports.com. Sign up today. The plays are emailed to you. You'll start winning this weekend. FatJackSports.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The time has come for headlines, presented by Fleet Farm.
We've buried the lead, but it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I've read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
It is time to predict this week's headlines, presented by Fleet Farm, who just sent me a text message literally 30 seconds ago about their truckload savings event being here. And it also says that in the read that I'm about to read right now. Toyland is open at Fleet Farm, where you, with their price match guarantee plus, you'll find a lower toy price. You'll beat it by 5% at Fleet Farm. 5% they'll beat it by. You'll get the best price on their huge selection of toys at Fleet Farm. Plus, head into your Fleet Farm store to see Fleety, the Fleet Farm tractor, and get your picture taken. But more importantly, like I just said, you can save big during the truckload savings event this weekend at Fleet Farm. They buy in bulk so they can pass the savings on to you. Check out great deals on everyday essentials and stock up on all your favorites this weekend only at Fleet Farm. Find everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm. And I got news for you. I can't quit you, headlines.
Yeah, I knew it. I'm glad that you came to that conclusion.
I got my headline ready. So,
right.
but you're not going first, because that I will quit.
No, I'm going last most of the year, I think.
We can't.
Unless someone wants to, if someone wants to proclaim that they really put a lot of time, effort, and work in, I am more than happy to let them go last, and I actually hope that we get to that point. That's what I hope.
Okay,
like, if Hunter comes to and says, you know what? I agree, but if Hunter's like, man, my headline is blanking awesome today, I'll say, you go last. I would love it if that's what Hunter says.
Hunter, is that the case?
It's blanking something, but I did write one.
Okay.
All right, you go first.
Something about home. Is it anything to do about homecoming?
Or no. Gerald Ford?
No.
Hoco.
No Gerald Ford, no Richard Nixon, no Patty Boyd. Jordan Love and the Packers fail in all three steps of the process. What was once a Rocky Mountain high at 2-1 is now Blue Mountains and a crisp cold fall to the basement of the NFC in their 20-17 loss.
Ooh, pessimistic.
Very nicely put together, though. But yeah, you have a bad vibe this weekend, huh?
Yeah, I have a feeling Russ might cook.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mr. Unlimited, I heard his play has been a turd with sprinkles on it recently. All right, speaking of turds, here's my headline. Since the Broncos stink, this is a great opportunity for the Packers to dispel the stench of their loss to the Raiders and replace it with an aroma they'll love. As long as the defense doesn't whiff on Mr. Unlimited and their O-line's play isn't pungent, then they should smell nothing but the lovely fragrance of celebratory Coors Lights from Tucker Kraft's hometown of Golden, Colorado.
That's pretty good, Jason. That's pretty good.
All right. Time now for what we've all been waiting for. Time now for the Academy's headline of the week.
There's the Broncos. They've been stinking. Sean Payton's hoodwinking. Dolphin blowout. Badmouth Hackett. Season's in a straitjacket. Well, is Mr. Unlimited still a superstar? Not by far.
Broncos country, let's rock.
You can kiss him goodbye. 69 points on a 67-yard touchdown run.
From top to bottom, you're not good enough. Whoever picked this talent, you're not good enough. The coaches, you're not good enough. The talent on the field is not good enough.
In the biggest situations, you need your best players to make plays.
Wilson left the football! Rolling towards the sideline! Picked up by the Jets! And he goes!
Yeah, that's the truth. We really should and could be 4-1.
I love Denver. It's my kind of place. Just showing up at the stadium puts a W in our place. It ain't too hard. Just don't be subpar. Love, 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 love. I love Denver.
And you wonder why I want to quit.
Yeah, I have to give Jesse some credit, too, because obviously he was not going to be in today, so he added his little sprinkles to help, and he did a nice job. But I thought the lyrics this week were fantastic, and this song fits my singing profile a lot better than
No
Lion
doubt.
King. So love the week. I thought it was a well put together deal, and from an execution standpoint, our best.
Well, but wait a minute now. Okay,
Yeah.
look, you've obviously gone next level. Even though your responsibility, if we're being honest, is simply to show up and sing the lyrics that have been written for you, largely.
Are you going to say that to Taylor Swift? Not that I'm comparing myself to Taylor, but
I think she writes a lot of her
does
own
she?
lyrics,
I don't
yeah.
know.
That's
Okay,
my
good
understanding.
for her.
I'll find out next Friday when I go to the Eras Tour movie. But you took this headline thing and added Johnny Montage. How is that even legal?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Hey, talk
You
to
got
Jesse.
Kevin
He is.
Harlan in there, for God's sake.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Very,
we went next
very
level.
frustrating.
That's why I told you it was going to be tough.
So it's only the 6th game of the season. I don't want to say that you've peaked too early, but I want to know what love is out of the chute. That is like
Eleanor still thinks that's our best. That's still our best.
I'm with Eleanor on that. This was outstanding.
And you know what she said? You know what she said is this was. She actually told me this morning that this was too good. You need more songs like the first one because that's better. And I actually agree with her.
So I don't want to call it overproduced. But there were 16 audio clips.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I mean, we've heard shorter montages from Johnny Montage.
Yeah, it was a lot. When Jesse sent it over, we put this in the can, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Jesse added a lot to it. And he actually cut a stanza from mine where I predicted Green Bay to win 25-22.
Whoa, wait a minute.
There's edits?
Yeah.
He took out
there was
a portion of you singing and replaced it with Johnny Montage material?
Yeah, I don't want to get behind the curtain, but yeah, we had 25-22. Somehow, I don't even know how we got that in.
Is that even legal?
I'll have Jesse... Maybe Monday, I don't know. Maybe on Monday we'll have the complete raw. If it turns out 25-22 is
the extended
score,
version.
We're going to release an
Taylor's
album
version.
at the end of the season. We're going to release a Wilde and Tausch album. But I did predict a 25-22 win for the G&G.
All right, if you did predict that in the lost verse that was cut out, please tell me that you called it a score.
No, we didn't get to that yet.
Okay, well, maybe that's why Jesse cut it out.
Do you think this will be allowed? One of my good buddies sent me his cousin wrote lyrics and wanted me to sing it, and I said, no, you need to sing it. So is that going to be, how would you look at that? He is going to sing this song. I'm not going to have anything to do with it, but it's going to be my headline.
Oh, it's going to take the place of your headline. You're giving the Academy and Jesse the week off.
The Academy,
and Kevin Harlan and everybody else that's involved now.
Shannon Sharp and the whole crew. Yep.
Well, I would just say this. So we have a promotion coming up. It hasn't been announced yet, but I've been in these meetings, and we did it last year. So I'm not letting any cats out of the bag. But we did our Jingle for Your Kringle contest with Racine Danish Kringles, our great partner. We're doing it again this year, and I feel like you are an inspiration with what you've done with headlines. So my hope is is that
you're going to sing the jingle.
I am. I already. We've got a little something planned that I'm really excited about. I actually had to make a purchase on Poshmark to make it work, which arrived yesterday. I'm very excited about it. But my point is, with all this singing we're doing these days, I'm excited. And your buddy who submitted their song and lyrics, and now they're going to be taking your... Is this for next week, then? This is for the Vikings
no, we
matchup,
don't
or is
know
it
yet.
later in the year?
This is always... We're always swerving through. We don't know.
That's you, Swervin' Irvin. All right, well, all I'm saying is the more people who sing, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. So we will take
So,
your
Hunter,
songs.
you've been looking at this from afar. Jason and I can only speak for myself. I've enjoyed this. Do you think, is it getting stale? Is it getting
jumping
old?
the
Or do
shark?
you think we keep... we keep plugging away?
I absolutely love it. I make it a point to listen to this segment when I know that it's coming up.
Appointment listening?
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
So
All
I
right,
love
that
it.
answered my question. All right, we're on board. We're going to keep going
wait a
either
minute.
way.
What?
But it's,
now I have to ask this, because you've talked about expectations a lot. About expectations and whether things are must-wins or not. Are you creating expectations that you may struggle as the season wears on to live up to? Are you going to be a victim of your own success? Mike McCarthy taught us our biggest challenge will be handling success. You clearly have had it. Should you be concerned about where you're putting the bar?
No, because if you're champion's nut-whack, you never underestimate the heart of a champion.
You're a nut-whack.
Amen.
All right, those are headlines. Whoa, Vaughny? Is that what we're doing now?
That's what people texted in and said to do when we
know.
asked what we should name it. So I thought I would listen to the fans. If you don't like it, you can change it. You're the host.
No, whatever. Hey, it's your segment. And if you want to populate it with homecomings for Tucker Kraft and Gerald Ford, it is your segment. You're in charge. Whoa, Vaughny is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. Have you been thinking of updating your bath or shower? Well, Kohler Services is a local end-to-end bath and shower design and remodel service brought to you by Kohler, a family-owned business in Wisconsin for 150 years. Kohler is the only manufacturer offering fast, professional installation and care for life. Start enjoying your bath or shower right now with a special offer. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote and tell them that I sent you. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
A bank that goes the extra yard? You got it. Show your love for the green and gold with Packers checking only from Associated Bank. Make every transaction a touchdown with your Packers debit MasterCard. And when you use it at the Packers Pro Shop, at the stadium, or online, you'll get 10% off. Associated Bank's Packers checking scores the home field advantage by delivering Midwest-based customer care, outstanding value, and more. Get in the game and learn more today at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
The all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel has something you gotta see. Play more slots and games, and you could say, "Show me the money," to reveal up to 10 grand each Thursday. 800,000 in prizes is up for grabs. 40 winners each week. This October and November at Potawatomi, Milwaukee. When you're ready to win, just say, "Show me the money." More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's right, folks. Great Lakes Dragway's 2023 race season is in full swing. Come out to see our annual events like Memorial Day Weekend, Labor Day Weekend, Nitro Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, Larry's Fun Fest, and Bug Fest. Looking for something new and exciting? Come see the Night of Fire Jet Show. Want the track all to yourself? Email or call about a private track rental. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for contact information and our full season schedule. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Daniel Holland from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin is joining me. Doctor, what makes an OAW surgeon different from most other surgeons?
At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, we have all fellowship-trained orthopedic specialists. We have all subspecialties of orthopedics covered through our office, so you can see anybody from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes and everywhere in between.
So let's say someone is feeling pain and they finally walk into OAW for that first time. Can you take me through that process of what's going to happen next?
We always start with an office appointment, which will involve me conversing with the patient, trying to figure out what's happening, and then a physical exam, and we have on-site x-ray and on-site MRI if we should need to move into diagnostic tests of that sort.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
The Saganiac Planning Marquette Conference Championship moment. The last Marquette Warriors were Great Midwest Conference champions. 1994, 10-2, 2 games better than St. Louis and UAB, 3 games better than the always tough Cincinnati and Bob Huggins, including a huge 1-point win at Cincinnati. And even more greatness made the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tourney. McIlvain, Key, Eford, Logdeman, Miller, McCaskill, Pieper, Abraham, and Crawford. 1994 Warriors champions. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service, is looking for a new team member. Apply now if you're a passionate salesperson, an entrepreneurial spirit, great presenter and problem solver. Help companies make important decisions regarding their employee benefit needs. We offer a strong compensation package and, of course, a top-notch employee benefit package. Don't miss out on this rare opportunity to become a part of Saganiac Planning. Call Big Papa John Saganiac Sr. 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
You've heard it. Teased. You have high expectations. Time now. I always call it Whoa Hunter as an adjustment, but here it goes.
You can do that. I don't care.
No, that's not what it says on the sheet, Hunter. Whoa,
Hunter.
Bonnie.
Hunter.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Okay, I have a question for the two of you. Do you guys not like me? Because this was what happened yesterday on the show.
Oh, so you don't get to produce tomorrow's show. That falls to Hunter.
Yeah, I'm just here today, guys.
Wow. Well, I feel like we should talk to you more.
You guys sounded very disappointed that you wouldn't get Alex Strofe instead of me.
I didn't even say a word there.
Yeah, Tausch didn't say anything.
Well, it continued. I just...
No. All right. I'm nipping this in the bud. Okay, there's a couple things here. One, I didn't feel this was great communication. Secondly, my disappointment there that you hear is not that you were filling in. It's that not realizing that Alex Strofe was only doing one day, I didn't give him enough opportunities to speak. And as you know, having produced many shows, because, Jesse, this is a lot of days,
yes.
I want our producers to have opportunities to be part of the show.
Okay.
Just like with you. As you have experienced today, we got off to a little bit of you didn't have much of a role early. We got you involved. We teased you for the Tucker Kraft homecoming thing. We got after you for Gerald Ford, but I want you to be part of the fabric of the show.
Okay.
That was not the disappointment that you were going to be producing. It was that I had not gotten Alex Strofe involved sufficiently.
Okay, I just needed to make sure. So.
Whoa, I thought I was sensitive.
Well, here, we'll make fun of the Big Ten West.
You could say I am sensitive.
Well, I am too, so that's okay. Let's make fun of the Big Ten West. Iowa at Minnesota this Saturday. The over-under for this game, 30.5 combined points. I talked about this on ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day post-game show. people were tweeting and celebrating all of the punts that were happening in Wisconsin, Iowa. We need to stop celebrating the Big Ten West as being at all quality football and start calling it out more for being hot garbage.
Is that a question? I don't.
Well, what do you think of that, guys? I'm sorry,
listen,
I needed the
Big Ten
exact
West,
question mark.
Hey, the Big Ten West stinks. We can all agree on that. It's been tough. I think we all kind of felt like if Wisconsin could beat Iowa last week that we were going to be in great position. But this whole idea that this is Iowa's wrapped this up, you as a football team, when you score as little as they do, they play great defense. They're physical. They don't have a ton of tough games left on their schedule. But when your margin for error is like a golf tee, I mean, this is what their margin of error is. Anything can happen. So the Big Ten West, this is the last year of the Big Ten West. I think that's where part of the frustration, because we kind of felt like, well, this is the last year that this is the opportunity to get to the Big Ten championship. I can't sit here. I don't know how I can throw bouquets at this conference because it's been really bad. And now we're looking at Wisconsin having a backup quarterback and going down to Champaign. I think this weekend we're going to have our hands full too. Iowa's going to have their hands full up in Minnesota. There is nobody that I think is – they're not Michigan or Ohio State or Penn State where it's, they're playing Indiana, Route City. I just don't envision that. I think everything's going to be hard-fought and tough. And you know what? As a football fan, I like that. Was that the most enjoyable thing to watch last week? Probably not. Probably wasn't. Unless you're a punter. And then I think it was the best thing you could have possibly watched.
502 yards punting.
Still absolutely amazing.
Brad
the
Norton
net yardage. The net yardage that old boy had, I think he had over 400-some yards of net punts. That's incredible.
It was not hidden yardage. It was very prominent yardage.
It was wide open.
The way that game was played. I don't like Brett Bielema. I am very concerned because the Badgers outsider was as pessimistic and negative on Tuesday as I think I've ever heard him since the excitement of Luke Fickell's hiring late during last season, right? Like he has been there. He's expressed some concerns from time to time, but he has been effervescent, more or less. And his reaction to that Iowa game and his predictions for what could happen on Saturday against Illinois, he took the wind out of my sails. He wasn't Oatsy-esque, but he was not very positive. And so I am hoping that he will be wrong on multiple fronts. We'll see if that turns out to be the case.
Whoa, Nelly!
Fawny.
Finally, of course, I have to talk about some hockey because everybody loves hockey, Tausch. And the Chicago Blackhawks, they've got their rookie Connor Bedard, who I'm not going to stop talking about. But one of the things they did was they brought in a veteran. His name's Corey Perry. Now, this guy used to play for the Anaheim Ducks back when the Blackhawks were playing them a lot in the playoffs and then won their 3 Stanley Cups. And I hated the guy because he always was just a really good player for Anaheim and always killed the Blackhawks. So I wanted to know from you guys, because now that he's wearing a Blackhawks uniform, I love him. What player was like that for you guys where you couldn't stand him as a fan when he was on another team and then he came to your favorite team?
No, it's easy. Grayson Allen.
So now you can go back to not standing him anymore?
And when he came here, you're kind of like, you're reluctant, and they're like, okay. But, yeah, what they did and how he played and what happened in that national championship game, all of those things, Grayson Allen's the easy answer for me. I did not like him when he played for Duke. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really like him when he played for the Bucks.
So that's not an easy answer because you didn't really like him then. Hunter likes this
No, but
guy.
I cheered for him when he drilled a 3 or when he did something. But, yeah, I didn't really care. I was more than content with him leaving. I don't even remember what he left in some part of a trade. I'm happy with it. See it.
It was literally the Damian Lillard trade.
It was, yes.
Okay.
Is the ultimate example of this, he ended up not really having to play per se, but isn't Jim McMahon like the poster child for this? Like the punky QB known as McMahon that Charles Martin threw down on the hard concrete of Soldier Field on that old turf. And he was the Bears quarterback for winning the Super Bowl. And then the guy is the backup to Brett Favre when the Packers, after 29 years, win the Super Bowl. And then he wears his Bears jersey under his sport coat to the White House. Like, he's the guy. But no one really had to support him because he didn't play.
He didn't really do anything. Did he do much when he was with Green Bay, though?
No.
I think there's got to be some stuff. But yeah, Jim McMahon is a good answer to that question. I'd agree.
Whoa, Nelly!
Hunter, Tausch is a big hockey dad.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, Tausch, do you follow hockey closely, or do you just follow Max's team closely?
Yeah, Max's team. We'll talk 2010 Capitals. I'm not going to talk a ton about Bedard's. He's a transcendent dude. And Bedard's.
Tausch and Jesse last week gave me a hard time about talking about the Blackhawks, one because Jesse's a hater, but then literally after the show, I saw the Pat McAfee show do a segment called Hockey is Awesome. So now every time I do this, I'm going to talk about hockey just for those two.
So this will be the Hockey is Awesome portion of the program?
I wanted to get a power play and have 2 minutes,
awesome.
But, well, that just hurt my feelings again. I do have one last thing, though. We have to pick a trivia winner because otherwise I'll forget and Jesse will yell at me.
Oh, good.
So
good
I'm going to do that quickly.
As you're picking a trivia winner, I want to make sure I'm obviously excited. We're heading to Champaign, going to watch. I think this is going to be it's going to be an interesting game. I think there's a lot of storylines that are going to play out. Don't know how it's going to go. Wouldn't tell you if I did. But what's going to be fascinating, Wisconsin, Nebraska, 1v2 in Lincoln Saturday night. Volleyball. They're saying these tickets are going for up $600-700.
You said 1,000 yesterday.
Out in Lincoln. I think it's dropped a little bit.
Okay.
That, to me, this is going to be, with the attention spans going a certain way, bet on women's volleyball. Not like gamble. I'm saying bet that this is going to continue to grow and grow. No, I'm not saying bet on the game. I'm saying bet on it as far as a sport with monster ascension. Women's volleyball. Bam.
I could tell you our Saturday evening here at the Wilde House is going to be, we're watching that on the Big Ten Network. Sydney's very excited to watch that matchup. She likes volleyball a lot. Maddie likes playing volleyball. I don't know how much she'll actually sit and watch with us, but Saturday night, volleyball on the Big Ten Network. We will be tuning in for that. So, yes, I would agree that it is an ascending sport that we are all excited about, and Kelly Sheffield's been a good friend of the program. Maybe we can have him on next week after they beat the Huskers. Speaking of winners, let's get that trivia winner before Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
From the Cheese Fry helmet, it was Beanie and Bayview, winner on Wednesday for Wisconsin Geography Wednesday.
Nice. All right. Not an out-of-town winner, so that means that person will, in fact, get the prize pack that comes with being selected, as opposed to the out-of-staters. Although, again, thank you to Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment, who has offered to pick up the shipping tab. I'm not sure we've actually taken him up on that offer. He is a Feel Good Friday friend of ours. We will do our Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints, to wrap up the show and to wrap up the week. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Ah, fall, a time for sweaters, for hot chocolate, for apple picking and for red-hot action on the diamond.
That one back towards the wall. That one is gone.
Catch playoff baseball all fall long right here on 94.5 ESPN.
Young, oh, what a play by Young. To second for one. They get a double play.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Milwaukee is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com/radio.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Well, test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as simple as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. And right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/WI and use code WI. That's code WI at prizepicks.com/WI for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Bucks basketball is back. A new era tips off with Coach Griffin at the helm, alongside returning favorites and exciting new additions. It's Dame time, Milwaukee. Don't miss a moment of the action. From the electrifying slam dunks to the roar of 18,000 fans, all unfolding live at Pfizer Forum. Secure your seats now. Visit Bucks.com/tickets and join us for an unforgettable season of Bucks basketball. There's a seat waiting for you at Pfizer Forum. Secure yours now at Bucks.com/tickets.
I'm Dr. Chris Walsh from the Metropolitan Urology Group, where our board-certified physicians treat a wide range of men's health issues, from prostate symptoms to erectile dysfunction. A majority of treatments can be done in the office or as an outpatient. Don't play games with your health. Call us today at 414-476-0430.
Go Urology, Metro Urology. Real doctors, real solutions.
Learn more at gourology.com.
This is a year of change for Wisconsin football. Whether it's a new quarterback or coach, our teams will be exciting to watch this season. As Wisconsin's 3PL, Evans Transportation knows a thing or two about changing things up when it comes to manufacturers' accounting, shipping, and tracking needs. Call Evans if your supply chain team isn't running on all cylinders this season. Good luck to our Wisconsin football teams from Wisconsin's 3PL in Delafield. Find them at evanstrans.com. That's evanstrans.com.
Homer here. There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds. Guys, these are diamonds. They're just grown in a laboratory, which speeds up the process. At Robert Hack Diamonds, you can get a 1-carat diamond for under $600 and 2-carat diamonds, many of which go for under $1,000. Manufacturer prices are dropping fast. And Robert Hack Diamonds wants to help you save money while also giving you a great product. Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. Stop in today. Robert Hack in Greenfield on Layton Avenue or Brookfield on Greenfield Avenue. And shop their whole lab-grown diamond and jewelry selection at roberthackdiamonds.com. Remember, great product, great price. roberthackdiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Like I should. When in dark, walk around the neighborhood. Feeling blessed. Never stressed. Got that sunshine.
Time now for Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints, which is how we end each week. I would add that this week, though, in addition to ending it with Feel Good Friday, if you missed Tausch's headline, we are ending the show with a replay. It was that good because it felt really good. Tausch, you're the inventor of Feel Good Friday. You go first. I've got one as well.
Okay, well, so Sarah and I have partnered up. We've obviously done some stuff with the Children's Hospital in the past, and American Family asked us to kind of help with their big campaign that they have going on, and you can go to amfamkids.org, and right now what we're trying to do is get to $50,000 because then there is a $50,000 match that gets to $100K that goes towards the Children's Hospital. And, I think everyone that's in the state of Wisconsin, the Children's Hospital is a great resource to have. You hope you never need it, but this is something that means a lot to us. And so we're out here, and we went through, we did the filming, we did a bunch of stuff, and so that's live. We've done it now for a couple of weeks. Just put it up on our social channels. And, again, amfamkids.org, just trying to do what we can and try to continue to help. The Children's Hospital has done a ton of great things for a lot of families in the state of Wisconsin.
That's where you're in that really nice Badgers hoodie that I saw you in that picture with you and Sarah, right? That's what that's from.
Yeah, it's the hoodie, not the quarter zip. Yeah, we that is where that is, correct. That's true.
All right, speaking of Tausch and Sarah, they also inspired an idea that I have planned. It's on my to-do list, actually, to reach out to my buddy Scott at Feeding America Eastern Wisconsin. Sydney's basketball team is starting its practices, and one of the moms of one of her teammates, who's a friend of mine, Greta, asked about the idea of putting together a team bonding, charitable, do-goody type get-together for all of our kids. And Tausch, you and Sarah and Max and Eleanor, what'd you do? You packaged peanut butter up and stuff for shipping
pizzas.
out? Pizzas.
We did that, but we took the Caps team when we were down playing the Admirals. We went over and did, and the kids, you're always nervous when you do that, but with the kids, you give them a task and say, well, you have to do this in a certain amount of time. And we had it was a great team bonding, but also we ended up doing an extra pallet because the kids just wanted to keep doing it.
Oh, nice. Impressive. Well, we're taking that idea. We're going to apply it ourselves. So thank you to you and Sarah and the Madison Capitals for setting the example, and for Feeding America of Eastern Wisconsin, which does a great job of all that kind of stuff. So we're putting that plan together ourselves, and we're really excited to do it. So thanks to Greta for coming up with the idea, and for you guys to providing the inspiration. So that is my Feel Good Friday. To wrap up Feel Good Friday, though, with a little assist from Shannon Sharp and Kevin Harlan and Russell Wilson and a cast of characters, we close out the week with Tausch's headline. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
There's the Broncos. They've been stinking. Sean Payton's hoodwinking. Dolphin blowout. Badmouth Hackett. Season's in a straitjacket. Well, is Mr. Unlimited still a superstar? Not by far.
Broncos country, let's rock.
You can kiss him goodbye. 69 points on a 67-yard touchdown run.
From top to bottom, you're not good enough. Whoever picked this talent, you're not good enough. The coaches, you're not good enough. The talent on the field is not good enough.
In the biggest situations, you need your best players to make plays.
Wilson lost the football. Rolling towards the sideline. Picked up by the Jets. And he goes.
Yeah, that's the truth. We really should and could be 4-1.
I love Denver. It's my kind of place. Just showing up at the stadium puts a W in our place. It ain't too hard. Just don't be subpar. Love, 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 love. I love Denver.
WWE